I'm Leigh from Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. So you get to see what I look like now because you always see my hands. So now this is proof that it's me because you see my hands. Okay, so today we're going to talk about how to heal. I apologize to start off with for it taking me so long to do this video. I've been meaning to do it for weeks now, but a lot of things got in the way. But all of that to the side, let's go ahead and talk about what we're here for. So the question is, what are we basically doing? So we are trying to heal ourselves is what we're doing, okay? We're trying to get rid of triggers, okay? We're taking back control of our lives. We're trying to, by focusing on ourselves, that's how we're going to do it, all right? We're creating the outer life of our dreams, but we're doing it instead of trying to do it from the outside, which is what we were all taught. You know, growing up, we're going to do it from the inside, which is the way that it always should have been done. Okay. So by doing this, we're also going to create a state of peace or Zen, like where you're peaceful and happy and Zen-like all the time. Okay. Like I told you, somebody can come and, you know, poop on your doorstep or do something, you know, to you. And you're just like, whatever. And then you just keep going. That's the point we're trying to get you to, okay? But it's going to require healing, all right? So when it comes to healing, what you got to do is you have got to go back through your entire life, because what has happened is, as you've been living your life, everything that has happened to you that was not healed in some way, shape, or form has basically stacked on top of each other, and it's become like you repressed it or pressed it down and put other things on top of it. And because of that, you have all these triggers. Okay. So for instance, say somebody, you know, let's say growing up, someone always spoke to you in a disrespectful manner. All right. So this has happened for years and years and years and years and years, and you've always had a problem with it, okay? So that has been something you've repressed. It's a painful thing. It has not been healed, all right? Because it has not been healed. If anybody comes up to you and is like, oh, well, I'm just going to talk to you any kind of way I want to talk to you, you are going to flip out 9 times out of 10, okay? Or if you don't flip out, you're going to feel hurt. You're going to feel triggered by it. It's going to make you want to go off, or make you want to do something that's not positive. It's going to make you want to react in a way that's not positive. So because of this, we're going to we're going to go back and heal whatever it is that happened that first contributed to that point, so that if anybody does it from now on, you'll just laugh at it or just shake your head at it and keep it moving. So that's the point we're trying to get you to, okay? So in order to do that, you got to start from the beginning, your earliest memories, because like I said, a lot of this can be suppressed, repressed. It's subconscious thoughts, a lot of things in your mind, because like I told you, your subconscious mind is on autopilot. So we got to start from the beginning and take each one of these situations and go back through it and heal it, okay? That's what we're going to be doing, basically, okay? So once you start to do this, other things are going to start to come up as well. It's not going to just be that one thing, because we're like onions. We have a lot of layers to us. And so you may heal the thing with the disrespectful, where you don't like people talking to you like that. And then it may be something else that comes up that's attached to it in some kind of way, either directly or indirectly. And then you'll have to heal that too. Okay. So that's why I tell you all the time, when you hear me talk about the world card and talk about ascension and how it's not hard, you know, how it's not easy. It's a challenge, because you're dredging up and digging up a lot of stuff that you've kept pushed down and shoved down, because that's the way our mind works. Is we're set up to, if a traumatic event or something very painful happens and we're not able to mentally or emotionally deal with it, our minds are set up to where it will repress it until we can come back at a later time when we're able to deal with it and bring it up and heal it. That's why we repress things and do all this stuff. So because of that, and the society that we grow up in, especially in America, I can't talk about too much about other cultures, okay? But in America, we're taught to, oh, just let it go, or just, heal it, or just do whatever. But nobody tells you how. They just tell me, like, people used to tell me that all my life, just let it go, just do this, just do that. And so with those people, I feel like maybe innately they may know how to let go of stuff, just because that's just something that they know how to do, or it could have been something that they've seen, their parents or caregivers do, and they're able to do it, but it doesn't mean that everybody else knows how to do it. So to them, when they say let it go, they may not even know what their exact process is to let it go. It just may be that it's something, like I said, subconscious or internal that they do, and they don't even realize they're doing it. Okay. But the end effect is the same. They're able to let go of stuff. So because of that, we're going to break it down and do it consciously, because we don't, like I said, I don't know about you, but I wasn't brought up to let things go like that. I was just always told to do it, but nobody explained to me how it needed to be done. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to do all of that. I'm going to show you like different little things and tricks and tips how to do. But let me put this out here first before we go any further. I'm going to give you some things to take you along in the journey that you'll be able to do on your own. But if you want the step-by-step, you want me to go in depth, you want me to do all of that stuff, that's a separate subject from what I do on this channel. So it's going to be in the Patreon. Okay. So it's going to be, it's going to have its own tier. Okay. It's going to have its own tier for you to pay for it. It's monthly. It's like $20.20 per month. And you pay for that. And each month we're going to have a subject that we talk about. We're going to break it down and stuff like that. Y'all will get to answer, ask questions, and I'll answer your questions for you, and whatever it is you want to do, and we'll go, excuse me, do it step by step. Okay. Because this video is just a primer to just give you a jumping off point for you to start your healing. If you want to go more in depth and you want to do more, it's going to require more of my time, and it's taking time away from me reading. So because of that, it's got to be on a tier for Patreon, and I've got to charge you for it. So if you're interested in that, I'll have my Patreon link down in the description box below, and we will, you'll be able to go there and see what the tier is and decide if that's something that you want to do. Okay. So let's move on with the things. Okay. So the first thing that I would suggest that you do, like I said, I've said this before in readings, but I don't think I've said it to every sign, because I read for all 12 signs, and I try to hit the same points in the majority of my readings, but I know I don't always get everything, because there's some signs that I talk to longer than others. All right. So because they show me that they're interested in this. This is why. It's not because I don't want y'all to know it and I'm trying to hide it or anything. It's none of that. It's because, like I said, they show interest in it, and that's why I talk about it, because they let me know in the comments what they want to talk about, or what they liked about what I said, and so on and so forth. So anyway, the way this is, the way this goes, the way that I suggest to do it, like I said, this is my way. It's worked for me. And so that's why I'm going from my point of view. I'm not saying my point of view is the only way to do it. There are other ways you can do stuff, but this is just, like I said, a starting point. So what I did when it was time for me to do my stuff is I started, like I said, from the very beginning, and I made a list. Okay. I made a list of all of the traumatic things and the painful and the negative things that I feel like that have happened to me over the course of the 40 some odd years I've been here. Cause like I said, I'm in my 40s. So I've been here for a while. So I had a lot of things I had to deal with, but I've been working on, personal development on and off all my life. Okay. Cause I had a lot of stuff that I had to deal with. And I'm getting to the point now where I'm almost at the end of dealing with a lot of it. Okay. So I would say like maybe 85% of it, 85% of it, I feel like I've gotten. So like I said, go from the beginning, make a list of all the things that have, hurt you, plagued you, put you at a crossroads, made you go down a road that you didn't want to go down, all of that type of thing. If you're someone where you have a devil, which I talk about as a third party situation, so like codependency, if you have workaholism, alcoholism, drug addiction, you got you have bouts of depression, all that stuff, you need to go back through each one of those devils, and like bottling up your feelings as well is one. You need to go back through all those things, like pick bottling up your feelings, and you need to ask yourself, why do I bottle up my feelings? What is it? What situations did that go back to where I bottle up my feelings? How did it start? And so, like I said, you're gonna go through, and like I said, write down all the things that have happened to you that stand out in your mind as game changers that were not for the best in your life. Okay. Make a list of those. We're going to put them in 3 different categories. Okay. It's going to be the things that were like major game changers. Then we're going to have middle of the road. And then we're going to have the things that don't bother you that much, but they did, create changes in your life, okay? Or cause something to change in your life, okay? So it's going to take you a while to do that list. It's going to take you a while to do that list, because I want you to go through and be thorough and really work through and get all of the things you need to get. And like I said, it's not going to be something, like I said, it won't be something. Some people may be able to do it in, like a few hours or something like that. But you want to, like I said, you want to do a major, like I always say, mental spring cleaning. So you want to get in there and dig in there and find all the things that you can even think of, whether it's a little thing, or it's a large thing. You want to get as much of that as possible, because we're trying to clean you out to, like I said, where you like Zen, where you like, don't nothing mess with you. So you got to get it. You got to get as much of it as you can. Okay. I don't expect you to get 100% of it. I'm not expecting that, but you need to get the majority of it. Okay. So you're going to go back and do that. Break them down to those 3 categories I talked about. And there are 2 tools I want to talk to you about today that you can use that will help you through this. All right. First thing we're going to talk about is journaling. Okay. I talk about this all the time in my readings. I know I have to have, for a lot of you talked about this. You've heard me talk about this. Okay. This is a really good tool. Okay. For those of you who you may not have someone to talk to, or you may not have someone or you may have people around you who you feel like you can trust in order to talk to about some of these things. That's what this is going to do. This is like your best friend. You're going to be able to tell it whatever you want to tell it. It doesn't have to be a journal like this. This is my journal. This is my actual personal journal that I use every day. Okay. I go through one of these probably like every few months, because I write in it every day. Sometimes I don't hit it every day, but I write in it probably, I would say like 5 times a week at least. Unless something's going on, like I said, you'll know if you need to write in this or not, because you'll have, when you think about the journal, you'll be like, is it, something I need to say? Is it something I need to talk about? And then also, you don't have to do this and it be a long drawn out thing. It's just for you to say whatever it is you need to say, or if something happens during your day, at night, you can journal in the morning, you can journal at night, you can journal only in the morning, or you can journal only in the evening. It's whatever works best for you. If you need to journal 3 times a day, you do that. Like I said, but you can use this to make that list of the things that I told you need to go back and figure out, okay? But like I said, this is the one place you'll be able to be the most honest and the most raw and the most introspective of what's going on in your life is with this, because with people, you may not be able to say certain things because some of the stuff may have to do with them, or it may be a situation where if you told this person that, you know, like say you were talking to your mom or your dad and you wanted to talk to them about some of this stuff you may not want to say to them because they may go back and tell the other parent. You see what I'm saying? But with the journal, you can sit down and say whatever it is you want to say. You can cuss, fuss, say whatever you want to say and not have to worry about it going anywhere. Like I said, if you're worrying about your privacy, get one with a lock on it. But see, the way I live and stuff like that, I don't have to worry about that. Okay? Okay. Okay, and then the next thing I want to talk to you about is meditation. Meditation is very integral to me. I do meditation if I don't do anything else. I do meditation, okay? And there's one other thing that I do, but that we're going to have to talk about in the Patreon because it's a lot and I have to go through it. So with meditation, it like creates a sound foundation for you to start your day on, okay? Ask anybody who meditates and they'll tell you, like I said, but meditation is not something, it's what you make it. Just like with journaling. Like I said, you don't have to journal every single day. You don't have to journal in the morning. You don't have to journal every night. You don't have to journal in the middle of the day. It's when you need it, okay? But like I said, in the beginning, you may need it a lot. Or if something happens, you may need it a lot. But it's like your sounding board for those times when you need to talk. You need to get it out. You need to let it out. You're going to do it like that. Okay. So with meditation for me is how, like I said, I keep myself zen. Before I read for y'all, I got to meditate. I have to meditate. I have to be right. My energy has to be right in order to read your energy. Okay? So, with meditation, it does not have to be, you know how some people, I meditate 2 hours a day. I meditate 3 hours a day. I meditate anywhere from like maybe 10 to 20 minutes. If it's one of them days where I just need a whole lot, 30 minutes, okay? You do not have to meditate for hours. This does not have to be a long drawn out thing. And then because if you're not someone who is naturally someone who can sit and be mindful, then you don't start out with 10 minutes. You don't start out with 20 minutes. You're going to start out with like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. When I first started meditating years ago, I started out with like 3 minutes, 5 minutes or whatever, because you have to acclimate yourself to it. You have to start off where you are and then build up to it. It's not something where I'm expecting you to sit down and you're going to be able to meditate for 20, 30 minutes in one sitting. Some people can do that. And if you can do that, and if that floats your boat and you like that, do it. Do it, because meditation has all positives, and there is nothing negative that I can say myself about meditating. And I've been meditating for a long time, for many, many years. So if this is something that you're interested in, like I said, you make it work for you. So you start with like I said, if it's just a minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes, there's nothing wrong with that. Should be no shame in your game for you to do it like that. Okay. And then you just build on it. Say, I'm going to add a minute every other day, or add 5 minutes every week or something like that. You do it like that and you build it up. And then there's several different ways you can do meditation. You can either do it quietly. You can sit quietly and be mindful. Okay. And like clear your mind. You can do it like that. Or you can listen to music. That's the way I meditate. I sit and I listen to music, and then that enables me to clear my mind. And like I said, if my guides have something to say or something like that, I will have a second session that I do after that first session where, you know, they can talk to me where I'm silent and I don't have any music or anything, where they can talk to me. But 9 times out of 10, every day, I sit and I meditate and I listen to my music because I have because there are meditation MP3s out there. You can look for things on YouTube where they have music. Like I have an album or a CD, because it was a CD back then when I first started listening to it, from Deepak Chopra, and I listen to him every morning. It's a track. It's like a whole meditation series that he did, and there's a specific track that I like that's my favorite, and I listen to that every morning. Okay, so I do that, and that sets the day for me. Okay, because if you're a person that deals with loneliness, meditation is for you. Okay, because it will stop you from feeling lonely, because what it does is when you sit and you're mindful, it's like it kills the illusion of the separateness. You're able to feel the entire consciousness. You're able to feel the oneness of the universe. And so it will, kill those feelings of loneliness for you. If you're, got the yearning and the wanting for your person, like you twin flames, it will help with that. It won't completely kill it. It won't completely take it away, but it'll bring it down some. Okay. Also, it just makes you less reactive. Okay. So things that would normally make you, go off or just like make you flip your lid or whatever, for those of you who are dealing with the anger, it brings it down some. It doesn't completely kill it, but it brings it down enough to where you have a little time to think before you react. Okay. Also, if you have anger issues and you want to use meditation to help you with it can help you, but you'll have to probably sit for longer than than I do. Okay. But you're going to have to address those issues, because it's the issues that are beneath that you got to deal with, and not just the meditation. Like I said, meditation is an aid to help you get through the day and deal, be able to deal with things and have a positive outlook on life. That's why I like it. Okay. Okay. So we talked about meditation and we talked about journaling. Those two are what's going to help you when you start to go through to clear the things that are happening or that have happened to you, the negative things that have happened to you in the past up until this point. That is the point for the meditation and the point for the journaling. Because like I said, I'm setting you up to prepare you so that when things go bad, when they are not working the way that you want them to work, you have tools that you can use on a regular basis that's going to help you maintain. It's going to help you. Whereas you may have dipped down all the way down and hit all the way down, you may only go halfway, because you have these tools to help you to get yourself back together and rise back up, because we want to keep your vibration high. We're going to get rid of all this crap that's covering up your vibration, because that's what's holding you down. That's what's making you low vibe and making you feel sad and making you feel like all of that is because all this stuff. Because we all got it. I still got some too, But like I said, the more you work on it, the happier you're going to be, the better your life is going to be. But we got to do it. It's got to be step by step. It can't be some massive undertaking where you feel like you're going to sit down in one day and be able to clear everything. Because it took me years. It took me years to do it. But now, when I work on it now, I work on it on a regular basis. I work on it every day. And I have other tools and things that I want to talk to you about, because there's one thing I want to talk to you about that I've recently started doing, like in these last maybe 6 months, maybe not even 6 months, last maybe 3 months, that has skyrocketed my level of healing. But we're going to talk about that in the Patreon. And we're going to talk about there's another, 3 other techniques I want to tell you about that will help you as well with this. But like I said, all of that's gonna go on in the Patreon. But like I said, this is just a primer. We can talk about different subjects, every week on here, but it's not going to be a very long video, because like I said, it takes a lot out of my schedule to make this. And so if you want the extra stuff, we're going to have to do it on the Patreon. So if you want to go to Patreon, I'm going to put a video up that's talking about these 3 other things that I was just talking about. Like I said, the 3 other methods that I was talking about, all of that is going to be in the description box below to go to my Patreon. And then you'll be able to see the tier, and it will outline all of the things that we're going to do. Like I said, we're going to have different things we're going to do each month in the Patreon, but it's going to be an ongoing thing. Every month is going to be something different. You know, more for you to learn, more for you to do in order to further your healing. Okay. Because like I said, this is not something that you're going to be able to do, you know, turn your life around overnight. Okay. It takes time to do this. That's why a lot of people don't like to do it. And like I said, I've also had people talk to me in the comments saying that they've worked on themselves. And then a lot of times it's like it unravels, but you have to stay consistent. You have to keep going. You have to keep doing it. So like I said, where I left you, your homework is for you to go back and make a list of all the things, like I said, negative things that have happened to you or that you feel like are negative and that have impacted you in a negative way. And I'm going to show you how to go through those and, you know, and heal yourself. Okay. All right. So I hope this was helpful to you. If you got any questions or comments, please place them in the comment section so I can know what's going on with you. And like I said, if you're interested in going more in depth and learning more about this, join us in the Patreon. Okay. I'll be looking forward to seeing y'all. Okay. All right. Thank you.